Verlisify always right. Every other Poketuber is a bad actor. They all lie, cheat, and steal to manipulate children for money. That is the entirety of the Pokemon community at this point, further proven by me being the only person to call this out and show what is going on. Pokemon Challenges has admitted to cheating Nuzlockes. I'm not surprised at all because virtually every Pokemon Challenge video is blatantly rigged. And that's just a trend for all Pokemon content. Shiny Hunters are fake. Of course every Randomizer and Extreme Nuzlocke is fake because all these bad actors have like one-upped themselves so much they have to rig the content in their favor or else they're not going to get as many views. And this is a very similar thing between like Poketips and Pokemon Challenges to where, oh, it looks like their content's legit, and then once they get popular, they're just like, nah, we've been faking it. Poketips being extra shitty by lying his way out of being caught rigging his randomizer, and then changing the title years later saying, yes, it was fake. And now Pokemon Challenges are fake. Wow, who would have guessed that with all the hacking and hack support in the Pokemon community, from all these bad actors, there is no organic or meaningful content. And Pokemon Challenges even says it's almost everyone in the Nuzlocke community, including himself. But then, it just gets even worse because Pokemon Challenges hosted a tournament for players that got disqualified for cheating at Worlds. And that's like the more insane thing. That now the cheating has been fully exposed and we saw players get disqualified at Pokemon Worlds because it was held in Japan, where that is unacceptable, and the Pokemon Company International corruption has been exposed, and now they have to just like keep deflecting about accessibility issues, even though no matter how you spin it, Pokemon is one of the most accessible forms of competition between all sports and esports. Now they're just like saying like, yeah, it's cheating. So Pokemon Challenges admitting that breaking the rules to gen Pokemon, that genning Pokemon is cheating. They were disqualified for cheating. This is the admittance. But now it's deflected and it's all okay now because they get a second chance to compete. When I say it's cheating, people boycott me and just like go on the most massive cancel campaigns possible. Wait, I've already exposed a dozen times that the Pokemon community is almost all hypocrites. So I've always known Pokemon Challenges as a bad dude, but after like all these cheating scandals and after like so much bad actor behavior in the Pokemon community, the goalpost can't be moved back anymore. So now they just have to come out and admit it, but use their influence in the Pokemon community to make cheating and hacking okay, and lying and deception okay. But we've also seen that in the Pokemon League community, with every Pokemon League video being fake as well. Yeah, that's Pokemon now, and it just keeps getting worse. Great. The response is equally disgusting. I can't fathom how worthless you have to be to agree with grinding being cringe and cheating being based. Being based is actually about having values and morals and doing the work and not putting up with nonsense. Cheating is the opposite of that. Also, I don't know how people can get mad at me when I say it, but comments like this keep proving the fact that millennials and zoomers are the worst generation. It is the entitlement generation. It is the bratty generation that doesn't want to work for anything. All these losers have banded together to warp culture for their entitlement, and that's destroying everything. And here we see it on display everywhere. These children are permanently, emotionally, and developmentally stunted because of all their engagement online and their refusal to do the bare minimum work to succeed in life. And then they just cry about it instead of actually being good people. So yeah, so we have, I totally appreciate the rare candy cheat. These people appreciate the cheating, even though it makes the entire challenge worthless. And we can talk about how that breaks down. Also, we have another comment below that. Possibly the best thing to ever originate from the Nuzlocking community. The Nuzlocking community was about grinding, was about the difficulty. Cheating removes all of that, so what's the point? So even like the most quote-unquote hardcore, even though I've always considered Nuzlocking stupid, and this just further confirms it's always been stupid, always been a waste of time. Just like the shiny hunting community. That was like, well, I mean, there's already so much hacking, so any amount of time you spend shiny hunting is already wasted, and then you complain about not being able to get competitive Pokemon. So it's just more like hypocrisy and stupidity. And then we have A-Drive, the most prolific shiny hunter, hacking Pokemon for leagues. So A-Drive is a cheater both for competitive as well as just having general hacked Randomizer and Nuzlocke and extreme content. So anyone that's like a part of Team Shiny, all of their work has been devalued by their influencer because he just cheats anyways. And it's not just A-Drive, it's every shiny hunting influencer. And now, like, every community is also just getting tainted. Grinding sucks. That's the point. There's also, like, a mental fortitude and willpower aspect to Nuzlocking. I'm glad it's become more widely accepted to just use rare candies as long as you don't overlevel. Again, no challenge. Completely worthless. Some Pokemon challenges short, they talk about hacking in thousands of rare candies because they've made the Nuzlockes and challenges too difficult. That's the point of a challenge. And also, it kind of goes back to the whole randomizer thing, that all these bad actors have been one-upping themselves and jumping the shark with every new extreme ROM hack that they've actually made content that isn't possible, but then they have to cheat their way through it. However, they don't represent that in the title or thumbnail or any of how the content is hosted. You know, it's a Pokemon challenge, so it's just all clickbait and bad faith. But because millennials and zoomers, the online generations, are so entitled and worthless, they cheer on this behavior. Where it's like, what's the point of making a harder mod if you have to cheat to complete it? How can it be called a Nuzlocke? How can it be called a challenge when you're just hacking the game to beat it? That's called a cheat. Yeah, that's why they say, like, this is cheating. So why would anyone find any value in something you have to cheat to beat, or from someone who cheats things to beat them? That's Pokemon. That's just how insane it's gotten. They talked about how to get adequately leveled, you need to spend hours and hours of grinding against wild Pokemon, and that sucks. Again, that's the point of a Nuzlocke. The Nuzlocke is supposed to be a long, difficult grind, and if you add more restrictions onto it, that's the point of the Nuzlocke, to add the difficulty to it. You can't just cut back on that difficulty with cheating the game and hacking the game even more. We started hacking in candies, skipping the tedious grinding. At that point, you have no challenge. You have no accomplishment. That's also why it's disgusting when it's like, Pro Nuzlocker reacts to blank, or Pro Nuzlocker does blank, or this is the hardest Nuzlocke, when it's like, but you're not pro if you have to cheat, and you're also not skilled or presenting any challenge if you have to cheat your way through it, or rig the content around it, which is how you can tell, like, oh, wait a second, if they're just hacking in rare candies, or they're changing the rules at a whim, then of course it's all rigged. There's no challenge, there's no difficulty. Nuzlocke's always been fraudulent. Awesome. And then I get more pissed off at these brats because the argument for cheating in Pokemon is that no one has the time to get Pokemon legitimately, even though that's complete crap. And that's also how all forms of competition work. You need to sacrifice thousands of hours. You need to dedicate the work, time, and money if you want to be elite at any discipline, at any form of competition. Pokemon is no different. Like I said, they keep moving the goalposts. That we've had more accessibility inside of Pokemon in Generation 9 and 8 than ever. Now it's still too hard. It's still too impossible. And it's all just lies. But they'll waste dozens and hundreds of hours on a worthless casual ROM hack, or a fake Nuzlocke, or hatching several thousand eggs instead of actually getting a complete shiny team. No, it just kind of shows, like, yeah, this is all about the entitlement. This is all about not wanting to do any work ever for anything inside of Pokemon and cheating your way out of it. And I've been calling out influencers for making this the culture of the Pokemon community for a decade. And that's also why I keep on saying there are no other good Pokemon content creators, because they all support this. They cheat themselves, they hack themselves, they lie, they deceive, they manipulate, because they only care about the money. They have absolutely no care for Pokemon whatsoever, and they have no honesty or good faith in them. So there we go, guys. I make videos like this to keep everyone informed and to show that I've always been right about this, and I will continue to do the right thing. I will continue to be the only good force in Pokemon because I actually care about it when no other Poketuber does. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.